AM 970 WSTX.
All right, it's Thursday. Great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent Thursday. And you have Reflections here with Doug Canton on WSTX AM 970. Hey, and if you've got something on your mind, just remember you can reach us 773-0390, 773-0490. And of course, we're streaming live on the internet. All you got to do is use that TuneIn app. And of course, if you're just at the desktop and want to go to our website and stream it from there, go to WSTXradio.com. Hey, streaming live. I want to give a happy-go-lucky shout-out to the whole Caribbean, South America, down under, turn around, gone back up, USA, Canada, Alaska, and then we go around the globe, across the European, African continent, right? Hey. And then, hey, we might even take a pass through Russia. We get calls from all over the world. We get email from all over the world. So can't leave anybody out because we gone global. Hey, another happy Thursday. Hey, I know there's somebody out there that's not feeling that happy because something just didn't go right. But I have one question that you need to ask yourself, and this is a game changer. All right? Ask yourself, what went wrong in your life at any given point in time that didn't get worked out? If you got an answer for me, I afraid you. Because everything works out, as far as I know, everything works out. Maybe not exactly when we want it, sometimes not exactly how we want it, but it works out. All right. You know, I as you can tell, I really enjoy what I'm doing here. And I try, when I walk down the street, going down the road, I try to keep that smile on my face. But don't let that fool you. I'm just an ordinary person like everybody else up there. We have our up days and our not so up days. But the bottom line is, hey, whatever ain't right, try and think of the last time something went right that it didn't work out. Okay? It will work out. Okay. And folks, it seems like soursop is in season. I say that because I went out to my tree, which used to give me a one here and there, and I see got all kind of soursop growing on that tree. Then I went by a friend's house, and they had a young tree we planted a couple of years ago. Went by the thing full of soursop coming, man. Okay, so soursop on the way. But, you know, this is a positive show, right? I tell you that we try to stick to the positive about people and organizations are doing positive things in our community, okay? Now, I got to talk about this character. And what I have to say about this character ain't necessarily positive. And somehow you know he named Trushy. I see in my yard. So I guess he eyeing them soursop too, say, come along. You gonna get our share, all right? Well, Mr. Trushy, it's going to be a race for me and you. I ain't got plans to get some, but leave some for me, no man. All right, so if you got a soursop tree, check it out. See what's going on. I don't know what else is in season, and I see gooseberry knocking dog the other day. I went out there with a friend of mine, and we get like 3 bucket full, 5-gallon bucket of gooseberries. So gooseberry knocking dog, man. What else is in season? Anybody else have a favorite fruit that they're in season now? Hey, don't feel free to call 773-0390, 773-0490. I got some shooting there in my house that somebody gave to me, and I was thinking about sending it up to the States, but I see one of them done open already, you know. You have to go ahead and send it, you know, because you'll be there saying, I'm going to do it, and next thing you know, I want a taste of that. They ain't gonna even know. Next thing you know, the jar empty. All right, we got wonderful preserves that we make out of the fruits that we find in the Caribbean, and these fruits that we think of as being Caribbean, you go all through Asia and you find a lot of them there and everything. And it's just wonderful that we can share this with the world whether it's because of it's across many continents or because people come here to visit, and when they come to visit, they like what they see and they like what they taste. All right, my phone ringing there. Let me say who calling me this early in the morning. Good morning, Reflections.
Reflections. Wow, what a name.
Hey.
It just had to be you to come up with that kind.
Well, actually, I had help, but you know, it's the community mirror, you know. When you look in that mirror and you see the reflection, if you don't like what you see, jump in the mirror and change it.
If you don't like what you see, you might be the cause of it too.
Jump in and change
so you
it.
Gotta change begin with you, right?
Yeah, be positive.
Yes. So you're talking about, and that's why I called, because when you talked about the trushy bird that picking out of your what is it, sugar apple?
I ain't them. Think he's smart. Playing like he just stopped to drink some water in my yard.
They're smart, you know, let me tell you. We have some property there, and we have, my brother planted a whole lot of pomegranate trees, and the guy who's staying there and all on the land, he planted pomegranate trees, plus other trees. And the birds of them eat out, and I only now learned that is how sweet is funny. I mean, I only now learn how sweet them pomegranate is. And since I learned now they don't eat out, I get a few. They eat, every time you put your hand over a pomegranate, right, you think they're smart, you know. They eat out the back of it, they know where you're coming, what side you're coming from. So when they eat the back of it, you holding the food thinking it's a hole, put your hand go inside from the other side.
All right. Well, you see, that's why when they're there at the back of it, they could see where you come in to fly off.
They eat out that. They eat all the sugar apples too. It's just a shell. I mean, they must be so hungry or what, but they're just eating and feeding themselves. So if you don't get there in time,
that's it.
The right time.
That's it.
I
said that's it. If you don't get there in time.
Yeah, because you pick their things and they're not full enough. They know exactly when. So just before you get there, they get there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But all is well.
Yeah.
In love and war.
Yeah, I tell
how you like how the who do you have personally? Maybe you might not want to say, but who do you have personally for president? Who do you prefer?
Well, I won't get to personal. I'll tell you what my observations are. I see that the Republican Party is in chaos. They're getting ready to implode because whatever they do, they're going to have too many disgruntled people for them to be unified. That's the first thing I see happening. Okay? I in the Democratic side, I think that...
But before you go just to the Democrats, let me say, as you're talking about Republicans, let me say something. They have a saying that says, God don't sleep. The Republicans said they would have preferred, I remember when President Obama was trying his endeavor best, they hit him at all sides and they prefer to have America drop. I forget the word they use. Go over the cliff fast. Some word they used to use because they said they're not supporting Obama in nothing, no way. Right? And they give that man so much pressure. Now you live to hear Hillary now is talking and campaigning and saying how what a good job Obama did with certain things.
Right. Well,
she listed a few things that she said Obama was great in. I can't remember. I said, wow, look at that. But these Republicans, so they're getting their just reward now because the whole party gone in shambles.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, we got some hypocrite out there too, because I know in elections past when they should have been running to him and saying thank you for all you doing, they were there playing Pelinky board.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, because they were like on two sides because they didn't want to show their colors or whatever.
These Democrats or whatever.
Well, what are you gonna say? But President Obama will be soon out of this. I think he kind of was being used as a scapegoat because one of the remarks that she said, or one of them said, I'm not sure if she or if it was Bernie Sanders, one of them said, because when you look at it, both Hillary and Bernie Sanders is talking in the same vein like President Obama was. We're trying to fix America before America break down altogether, even in the bridges and the different infrastructure things, and even the humanity of, the only person I hear, I was listening to hear if I hear anybody talk about how the racialness of America to address that. And I think it's Bernie Sanders. I don't remember if Hillary, I have to listen again, but Bernie Sanders mentioned it though. I mean, I like him. The only difference between him and Hillary, maybe Hillary have more experience in what do you call it? Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe Hillary have more experience in like foreign. I mean, she be working. What was Bernie Sanders' record of work? What kind of work he used to do? He was a governor?
No, he was a senator.
A senator?
Is a
so
senator.
He knows the laws to them. Yeah, but I mean, Hillary did more higher jobs, like, the different posts that she held and whatnot. The only thing that she have going against her now that they're going to show in her face is Benghazi and her emails.
Well, those things ain't even against her. Those things is just making noise to distract people. And without getting to one side or the other, I believe that the Democratic Party issue right now is a numbers game. And at the end, the bottom line is whoever win, and whoever lose better not be a sore loser. Otherwise, it's just as bad as the Republicans. Okay?
Yeah, right. But I don't think either of them would act as a sore loser for the way they've been acting all along. They've been acting for cohesiveness and for unity.
Well,
more than the Republicans have been.
Oh yes, more so. But Bonnie been showing some interesting.
Would end up. I mean, this guy won Wisconsin, right? Cruz.
Yeah.
So what does that say? I notice things still have his game on. Trump still have his game on. He going to have a speech now in Bethpage, New York. I think he going.
Well,
and Hillary just come off talking to where Hillary was. She was talking to the latest place she was talking to just
Well,
last
I'm going to
night.
tell you something. But Trump is the best thing that ever happened. And I'm going to tell you why I say that, right? Because I like when people are honest and tell you what they feel.
I like Trump,
I show you what they think,
but
okay?
I mean, because when you look at it, Mr. Condon, when you're going to talk about racism, Republicans racist, Democrats racist. You go ahead now.
Well, I'm not even talking about racism. I don't even have to get there. The fact that this man could build a building and import labor to build the building and then turn around and convince people that he gonna make America great by importing labor to do the building in the United States, and everybody's there like zombies.
But
they
can't. Racism is important to a lot of people.
Let me finish.
Everybody follow it. You wouldn't talk about racism, but racism is very important to people who think that we should have equal rights and justice. Is very important. So when a man hint on that, or talk. Saying, you don't know who the leader of the clan is, and showing a little remarks against people from where come. People can take, a lot of people will take that. Maybe he would have won if he didn't go that way too.
Yes, ma'am. But what I'm saying is, before you even broach that topic, I'm just saying that there's some common sense in your face things that should tell people that this is somebody who is projecting one thing, but when you look at what they've been doing, it's a total opposite. And I'm saying, how are you going to build America by importing labor? And I'm not talking about immigration. I'm talking about companies that do things to undermine American workers. Okay? He is a businessman. And the bottom line is his interests are business interests. So those people who somehow associate him with the little man, okay, I can't see how they can figure that one out.
He was always for big business, obviously.
All right, so how is America going to be great divided? It can't work.
Somebody showing his face that he supported, he was a businessman, naturally he would give donation to Hillary. He just say he gave the nation to Hillary, he gives the nation to this one, he gives the nation to that one.
I don't have a problem with that. That's his prerogative as a voter who he gave money to. That's his prerogative. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I want to say he support, when he talking, the fact is that he's supporting these, he talks against the business per se as relates to the lay person.
Well,
meaning that the lay person, he want to make America great again. He thinks that is a big business that's killing America, and they're going and outsource their jobs and them to China and them different places doing things that America could do. Hillary was saying the same thing last night, that America, she wants Americans to make things right here in America too. So
yeah, but the reality is that here you have someone who has supported broadly democratic ideals and philosophy and as it affected his business. Okay,
Yeah.
and now he's going to turn around and say, well, through being a Republican now, I'm going to embrace all of these people and do everything for everybody. It just don't make sense. But people want to hear what they want to hear. And I say that.
Mr. Kanda, listen. With the way I see Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are tired of the status quo. Trump is saying something that appeals to people because people think the status quo being ripping off people and the middleman. We call them the one that get not the lower income, the middle income people are suffering like hell. And people look at Trump as, a successful, very successful businessman. And most of what did you see he was winning all along until when he reached Wisconsin?
Hello, Ms.
And the only
Barnes?
reason I think he lost in Wisconsin because this guy walked at the governor of Wisconsin and Cruz is buddies. They're two preachers' sons. And Walker already tells people vote for, he endorsed
Ms.
Cruz.
Barnes.
So if you look at it, Trump get a lot of votes still.
Yes, Ms.
Trump get
Barnes.
190,
Okay, I have to.
190 something thousand votes.
Yes,
and
Ms.
this man
Barnes,
gets
I
maybe
have to
over
go
200
here.
Votes.
Okay, so I have to go here in a minute, but I want to get a last word in here with you, okay? Because our last gubernatorial election is a reflection of what is now happening in the United States. There is a revolt against business as usual. For years and years and years, you're saying something, but somehow it never happening. There was a revolt. The same thing happening up there now. But now, I want you to think about this now. Come back to Barack Obama and all the things that Republicans were willing to do until he got into office, especially with developing infrastructure for the United States. That was totally hypocritical that he turned around and wouldn't support the very measures that they had proposed when he turned around and support them, right? So to me, it's like they're holding a grudge against him for whatever the reason, and he doing something that I see that happen here in these Virginians. Me, help he, boss fuss. Okay, that's the attitude. All right.
I see what you mean.
Okay. All right. So I'm saying to the extent that we think like that.
I get it.
Okay. So anyhow,
and the one that the man is they're also showing the word vindictive. That's a password they're using.
well,
vindictive.
yeah, no. But
Here I'm talking about here. The password is vindictive, okay?
But that's a blaming. That's a blaming.
I think that's wrong. And I actually know vindication more than any other vindication in anybody else. Anyway, you go ahead.
Yeah.
And
okay.
do your thing.
Anyhow, I'm gonna have to run, but I appreciate your calling. Okay then. All right. Take care. All right, folks. There's a lot going on out there in that political world, and we have to pay attention to what's going on here. We can't get so caught up in what's going on everywhere else that we don't stay focused on what is going on here. All right? Because the bottom line is, you could look over the past 10, 20, 30, 40 years. This administration start this project, the next administration come in, they knock it out. Money wasted. The next administration come in, knock out whatever initiatives that previous administration. We wasting money when we do those things, and it just don't make any sense. Now we've gotten to the point where fiscally we just can't afford that kind of behavior anymore. So you're seeing a leaning more toward doing what needs to be done out of the expediency that you don't have a choice. Right? But we have to move away from that. And one of the things I'm going to tell you is that it's that season again. If you want to be in denial about it, the season is on here also. So it's just one of those things that we have to go through every 2 to 4 years in the process, and you do the best that you can in making the judgments that you can make. But the important thing is you got to be a part of the solution. Every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, me voting, because nothing going to change." Well, if you don't vote, it means that all the other people who do run things. So don't complain if you don't vote, all right? But the bottom line is, I really think that, you have to think in the context of controlling your future, and part of controlling your future is you have to be involved. Now, I know that there's a lot going on here on St. Croix, and we're going to talk a little bit about the things that are going on. I thought I would have had some folks here to give me an update from the Relay for Life, but maybe they'll call in. But nonetheless, I have a little food for thought that I want to play for you here, okay? Creamy Anderson, I ain't hear from you recently, I want to make sure everything is all right with you. I owe you a visit. I got to come down the road, but they got me running so hard, man. I don't know what it is. I got to pull the reins in and slow things down some kind of how. All right, and this coming Thursday, next week, Thursday, we have a open house going to be at the Library for the Blind and the Physically Handicapped, and that's in Golden Rock, and I'll come back and talk about that more when I talk about the things that are going on. But right now, I want you to listen to a little kaiso here, and I want you to keep in mind that it's not the joke, although you could get the laugh in it. Listen to the chorus at the end. That is what is most instructive, because if you miss that part, you miss the most important thing. All right? So, man. We got it going on here. Yeah. So the bottom line is, if you're not involved in making a difference, then don't complain. Take what you get. And I'm saying, why settle for that? It's your community. You do what you got to do for you. All right? So, here we go.
Another true song. Gonna get to that afternoon.
The Mighty Soldier with a good message.
Some politicians get elected and they reach the top. Some of them just forget we put them in jail, promoting their own interests and they pulling their pockets up. Some don't remember you till election day. Well, tell them we are the ones with the power, and they ought to know that we can determine your future. We are in control. We put you in, we can take you out. Remember the people have the real clout. So, united we stand, and divided we fall. We the people, yes, we are in control. I tell you, united we stand, and divided we fall. Always remember that we run this world with we. Cause if we didn't go and vote, Barack won't be president. And if we don't go to church, Pastor Skettle won't make a cent. It's the people, we the people, make this world go wrong. Alive? I said you better believe it. It's the people, we the people, make this world go round and round and round and round and round. Hey. I tell the truth. I ain't telling no lies. If I tell the truth, somebody say, yeah. All right, good. They just form, now they are billionaires. Because everybody buy an iPhone. Then comes Samsung, they copy what Apple do. Now everybody own a Galaxy too. Now, AT&T getting richer off of me and you. And Sprint with their horrible service, robbing me and you. innovative by switching to you. I hope they give you money for that problem. I don't care what all the others do. So, united we stand, divided we fall. We the people, yes, we are in control. I tell you, united we stand, and divided we fall. Always remember that we run this world. Cause if it wasn't iPhone, Apple would not exist. And if it wasn't for we, there won't be no galaxy. It's the people, we make this world go wrong. I say you better believe it. It's the people, we the people, make this world go wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. I want to sing a special verse just for you, the people of St. Croix. Is that okay? This competition would be nothing without you out there. You are the reason why we are here. You spend your money to support us each and every year. And it's making the culture grow. So, on behalf of all Californians, let me say to you how much we appreciate everything you do. But I know all of you come here for one thing, to see who will be your junior king. So, united we stand, and divided we fall. We the people, yes, we are in control. I tell you, united we stand, and divided we fall. Always remember that we run this world. But if you never show up, this competition would flop. And if you wasn't out there, my audience would be a chair. It's the people, you people, make this world go round. Don't let nobody tell you different. Better believe it. It's the people, we the people, make this world go round and wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. Thank you for inviting me to the conclusion. I'll be back anytime.
All right, there you have it. Mighty Soldier. That was at the Junior Calypso competition this past December. And that was one of the songs that he sang. And I was touched by the words. And like I said, you got to look at the chorus. Okay? You know, the Calypsonians, they got throwing this thing. He and Dobby get into a fight because, you know, Dobby could talk about his pastor all he wanted to, but when somebody come from the other island to talk about our fight nearly broke out. Anyhow. So that's my pastor, don't mess with him. Anyhow. But seriously though, folks, you got to remember that you are the power. The minute you say, I don't have control, you've given away control. And it's not only in terms of politics. Let's bring it home now. Let's bring it home. Who's the mother and who's the father? Who's the parent? Don't tell me your children running you, okay? Our children, and we have to set the example, and we have to make sure that they stay in control. And if they're not in control, hey, we got to do what we got to do and get it in control. We the parents, they the child. Just like they don't want to do homework, well, hey, that's tough. You sit down there and do it. Okay, if I have to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 discipline countdown, then I do the 5, 4, 3, 2 discipline countdown. And you know what's going to happen if I get down to 0? Hey, they get up and they move. But the bottom line is, we run things. And that's not a thing about violence. It's a thing about saying that you're going to find what it is that's most important to them and ensure that they don't have that unless they do the things that are important to you, which is their education and making sure that, hey, they do what they're supposed to do. Okay? Good.